I don't know why this thing turns the microphone off when you start recording. Alright, reconnect the controller. And let's see, I got 8 more attempts at my tournament. Okay, simple enough. Bring the plunger back until Joe's hand touches the wheel. Let go, and you should get your skill shot. When Peter falls and grabs his knee, that means you did well. And then after that, just knock yourself out. Keep shooting it up all the various lanes until you open up that mini game and have at it. The nice thing about this one, you only have to open it. You don't have to beat it, the mini game, for it to count.
How you coming on that novel you working on? Huh?
Love a dialogue they threw into this. There are some things on here that are a lot tougher than others to accomplish. What I usually try to do is is go after the chicken. Because any multi-ball is a good thing, because if you lose a ball, you still get a ball. Yep, wrong one. What the hell? Ah!
Oh no.
Ah!
Negative reinforcement. That's the key. Yeah.
Negative reinforcement. Yeah, see, the problem there is my focus, where my eye was focused. That's what really screwed me up. Okay, so again, back till Joe touches the wheel. Let go. Skill shot.
Good so far.
And you know what's funny is I can't remember now if there's a super skill shot on here. So like I said, get yourself a multi-ball going. It's the ultimate extra ball. Now what I do normally on a multi-ball, depending on the game and ball speed, I would normally shorten my field of view to just over Family Guy. So, yeah, around Peter's chin there, that ball sack. Because this way, it's enough time for me to react, and I'm not trying to focus and juggle my eyeballs while I'm playing. And the one thing that is nice, especially by setting it up as a normal game, is learning how to catch the ball and juggle the ball. You have time. Now in mini games, not so much, because usually, like in this case, it's commensurate to how much you're going to score when you hit each target. Alright, extra ball is lit. Ah! Just had to put it behind the flipper, that's all. Right there. See that, the right flipper up there by Peter? Alright, so we'll see if we can nail it for a third time. It does increase in value each time you hit it. And there we go, 3 mil.
Perfect.
Alright, let's get the extra ball going. Damn it! Oh, cool. I didn't realize ball save was lit. that's the other thing too. So, going through on a generalized pinball tutorial for beginners, the things that you want to find on any given machine is where to activate ball saves, whether it's side kickbacks or the center ball save.
Good. Good so far.
Alright, so what I'm trying to do here is flick the left and snap the right real quick so the ball goes underneath it. Okay, so then one of the other things that you want to focus on after that would be extra balls. I'm not extra balls, multi-balls, sorry. The difficulty of playing and speaking at the same time. So there's the extra ball. That I've had lit for quite a while. And since it is my third ball, good time to get it. This is a fun mini game. A button to fire, flippers to go up and down, and what you're trying to do is get the Bertram.
Good shot. Yes. This is too perfect.
See, and this is nice because you can relax on mini games when you're not playing on a timed. A timed game, say survival, so you're running out of time, tick-tock, tick-tock, your 3-minute clock's going down, or your 1-minute clock. I always recommend on Zen Pinball here, good old Pinball FX3, or any Pinball FX, play the 5-minute game. Because the nice thing about the 5-minute game is now you can get the feel for what you're doing to get to each point in a minigame. Because if you lose the ball, you just continue on and your stuff stays activated. So that's a huge help. Get you to learn the machine is what that's for. Alright. I need to hit the lit lanes, which are, damn it, on the right side, so I needed the left flipper anyway. Failed that minigame miserably. So got me a Stewie double shot minigame going there. So anyway, the 5-minute game will get you to learn the table, how to do certain things. So the other thing that I like to do, one of the huge things, besides the 5-minute game too, the other thing I wanted to mention to that is it opens up, it activates your double score power-up. Now I'm playing Classic right now, which I kind of prefer, especially in my opinion in a tournament, tournament mode, because of it's just a fair level playing field then. You know, everybody's playing the same machine.
Oh, sounds like my cranky new neighbor just got home.
So basically the way the game was intended. But anyway, the other big thing to look for in a game before I lose this ball to try and get this in, the score multipliers. So right now I have 0 multipliers lit. I believe it's lighting the lanes up on top
Good evening, I'm Tom Tucker. Coming up, important traffic
is what extends the multiplier. Kind of a good idea to go read the rules for the particular table that you're on. All you have to do is, if you're on a controller, hit start.
It's so hard to meet the right one.
perfect.
Ah, sweet.
Oh.
Okay, come on, hit the lit lane, which is lowest right now.
Giggity.
So when I say juggling, that's what I would consider juggling, is just letting the ball bounce off the flipper. So if it's going to hit the right, let it bounce off so it comes to the left, and then kind of let it stay on there for a minute so you can hit the lowest lane. Ha! See what I did there? Lowest lane. That was super, man. Oh, shoot me now. There we go. Finally hit the lowest lane, but way too late.
Prescription or prescription?
That is a hilarious character. Are you Mr. Patient?
One more person asks me about a patient today, I'm gonna scream.
Okay.
Look, pal, I don't take too
So I'm not doing anything else right, but I got another multi-ball.
Narrative beginning, middle, and end?
The fun one with this is that if you knock the balls together, which is basically the chicken fighting Peter, you get, I can't remember, 100,000 I believe, each time. There you go. Yeah, 100,000. So what I would like to do is to get both of them up on top into the bumpers. You can rack up some major jack.
But there is one thing I am not, sir,
And that's, it's an idiot. Gotta shut up sometimes. So anyway, classic mode, that's a decent score. So you would double up as much as you can when you have that power up activated, and that's where you get your higher scores. So that's a generalization of just playing pinball itself, and a quick little playthrough, little instructional playthrough on the Family Guy machine. It didn't touch on nearly enough, but just viewing the video, you can see what I was doing to get to where I was at. So, like I said, just aim for the ramps, and once you get the name spelled, you're going to open up a game, and then check out the various other targets that you see on it, and also read the table guide. What I would do is I would play it first, go on the 5-minute games in the challenge modes, play that, and get to know the machine, then go read the guide, because you'll understand the guide much better once you have played it. So now it's going to be pointing to stuff that you know, what you shot at, what happened, and go from there. Love the Family Guy machine. Actually, the Fox set that they have on here is awesome. Take you into where I'm at with this. Definitely, I'm not the best player. I do finish, absolutely finish top 100 in most of the Zen tournaments. That's a goal always, which doesn't mean much when you've got, you know, a tournament with 250, 300 players in it. But let's see, 240 players, ranked 47th right now on Castle Storm, which is survival mode. The other one is El Dorado, 44th out of 313 players. Top 50s, I don't want to say happy with, I don't want to say satisfied with. It feels a hell of a lot better than, you know, being like 150th. But some machines I'm just not either very good at or really don't have the interest in, although I do own every one of them. There's 99 machines, single player mode. I am playing on my Windows PC right now, because it just makes it so much easier to do a voiceover on a video, since I'm doing it live while I'm showing it to you. So the single player mode, 99 machines. This is the first slot here, is a fun matchup game. And you go in, you play each one of the games against players. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll get you a quick little view of how it works. But So we say Creature of the Black Lagoon. Go down, always do your upgrades first if you have them. So I've got score, bumper, and multi-ball. Score you activate, which is that first slot on the left under upgrades. Bumper is in the middle. It just increases the value of the bumpers when you hit them. And then multi-ball increases the value of your multi-ball. I usually always go to the highest reward, which in this case is that particular one. Who was that? Dark Goblin 030. So that'll reward you the most, and then also punish you the least if you fail. Whereas you'll get punished more here if you fail and rewarded much less by playing the lesser player. So that's pretty much it. You've got your standings board, your league points up on top. So you'll start advancing your coin to the right, and that's where you place in the standings. I never read into it too much. Just go in, play it, try to score what I can, call it a day, done. So that was the matchup. Let's go back here. Now it's the fun time. So Zen Studios, of course, started this out, and they created their own machines. Some of the originals were V12. Let me see if I can remember this correctly. Just peeking at this. V12 was one of the originals. I think Excalibur was one of the originals. Paranormal, definitely. Secrets of the Deep, definitely. Rome may have been a little bit later. Sorcerer's Lair was definitely a little later. Son of Zeus was later. Adventureland was later. Wild West was later. I think Castle Storm might have been one of the fledgling machines on here. Mars was, I think that was the first machine I scored 1 billion on. That was a proud moment for me. Paranormal's a fun one too. Plan on at this point in time, I think I'm just going to do little mini tutorials on each one of the machines. They're not going to be completely thorough. Just I'll yak while I play, let people know what I'm doing and why. The Williams set, love it. Circus Voltaire, I've played that recently on a live machine at a bar. This would be within the last 10 years. And that's a very old machine. Let's see. Table guide, I believe that'll give you the details on this. Yes, no, maybe so. I would have thought there was an about on here that's going to tell me. Oh, how about hitting Y? Nope, not it. It's old. Circus Voltaire has been around for a long, long time. Williams, what I'd love to see them get, and there's another game that actually has it, so I don't know if they have a lock on the license for the machine itself, but if they can get Black Knight, I'll be a happy camper. Black Knight was one of my absolute favorites. I used to own the high score on that at my favorite arcade across from my high school way back in 79, 80. Would go over there and play that machine. Could put a quarter in and play that for hours, and which wasn't thrilling to a lot of other people. But the nice thing about pinball is anybody can come in and drop some coin in, and we can go ahead and play 2-player, 3-player, 4-player. So that was one of the joys of it. I've always liked pinball because pinball I do consider a skill game. And right now I believe Zen has nailed it on physics and feel. They also have a machine that you can purchase, an actual stand-up pinball machine that's got these games on it. I believe last time I checked it was around $5,000 US, and it piqued my interest. But A, room for it, B, not in the budget. So the thing with that, which it'd be nice to actually, I wonder if it's in the works or, yeah, keep it to myself or not like I'm going to put it all together, but to actually have a controller that's about the width of a pinball machine, that's a clip-on, maybe it clips onto a desk or something like that, and then have it so you can actually nudge it as well to make it feel like you're playing a pinball machine. Because that's the thing, is that you don't know how many times that I'll play one of these games, the ball's going to drain, and I'll shake the controller like I'm going to shake the machine. When you have to hit the stick to do it, and I hate that. I don't like the feel of it, anything about that. I like to get that feel of physicality of it, which that's what I like about these machines, is that when you play them, especially right now, I play them with my projector focused on a 100-inch screen. So when I play this, especially in View 2, you almost feel like you're standing over a pinball machine because of the size and everything else. I love it because it takes me back. Don't have the reflexes I had when I was a youngster, but I've got the skill and knowledge to play well. I play very well on games where the ball moves a bit slower. Roadshow, one of my favorites, not the fast, and the ones with narrower gaps between the flippers, because that varies quite a bit. So Williams, definitely play through every single one when I get them. Champion Pub can be fun. Safe Cracker, not a fan. Not a fan at all. That's actually a game where you're on a timer. And when that timer runs out, if you lose the ball, you're done. And that's whether or not that was the only ball that you ever plunged out onto the playfield. Your game is done, so it can go by pretty damn quick. Party Zone's fun, because Party Zone, Dr. Dude, those are great because they're colorful, fun. They got a lot of jokes to them. The Jurassic-themed ones are fun. Had a blast with those. Back to the Future, I like. Jaws is fun, but just it's kind of a boring playfield. There's not a whole lot to do, and the shots have to be pretty precise. Kind of the same with E.T. Marvel, just because of the fact that I am a Marvel geek and a half. I would like to just eat boxes of Marvel Nerds, is how much I geek out on that. Own all the movies, own all these machines, any game. So, favorites. Let me see. I'm trying to think of what I would put on top. Ghost Rider is one of the originals, and that's a difficult one, very difficult. Blade's incredibly difficult, in my opinion. The thing is what they have is, like, Ghost Rider's got a double-deck style scene going on, but those play fields are short. They almost have the machine, kinda. Is the best way to explain it. I'll go into that in detail when I do a playthrough. Deadpool's fun just because, hey, it's Deadpool. So, and of course, I'm 55 years old, so I'm rated R. Iron Man, not bad. Spider-Man, love it just because Spider-Man is one of my absolute favorite characters. It'd be really awesome if Zen can somehow get a coup and get DC IP as well, and be able to throw some of that on here, because two absolute all-time favorites in the superhero genre are Batman and Spider-Man, and it's because they were both just regular guys. I mean, so's Captain America, things like that, but Spider-Man, I got into that when I was a teenager, when I was in junior high and high school, so I was that teenager, just dreaming about the fact that, wow, if I got bit by a radioactive spider. And then Batman, because Batman's just a dude with a shitload of money, the people necessary and the resources needed to make himself as invincible as possible, So bulletproof with the armor and all of that. And then, of course, the skill set, which is to go out and train in every single form of martial arts possible. Learn how to be a ninja, be as stealthy as possible, and then, of course, Batman's biggest claim to fame is the fact that he is the world's most brilliant detective. He is Sherlock Holmes in a cowl. So that's why absolute favorite. And I don't think that our last iteration of it was as bad as people complain about. Affleck didn't do a bad job. Okay, so we're getting down to The Walking Dead. It's they won one game. It's not bad. It's difficult, but fun. And I don't think I've taken enough time into learning the machine to get it down right. But some of the mini games in it are really cool. Portal. I probably have only played that one a couple dozen times. That's the only Valve game to get on there. But there we go. There's the Fox Next games that they have on here. There's Bob's Burgers, Archer, and American Dad. And every single one of them are the shows. They're hilarious. So fun to play. So what I'm going to do here is get this into a wrap. Big thing too is if you are going to record, and the cool thing is Zen actually has this available. I'll show this to you in a minute. The ability to go in and turn off the music in a game, because you can't play John Williams scores from Star Wars in your videos on YouTube. Intellectual property. You will get yanked. So Zen was kind enough to do this. Let's see, where is it? Menu voiceover. Oh, that's it. We want to go to streaming. Okay, so go to streaming. Licensed music. I've got it turned off right now. And there you go. Zen Studios grants permission to players, streamers, and YouTubers to monetize game streaming and produced YouTube videos from Pinball FX3. So that means they don't have a problem with you showing off their game. That's no issue. Users may not create videos or stream certain music tracks that fall under a separate license. For example, Star Wars pinball content using music composed by John Williams, i.e. any Star Wars pinball themed music. So, these videos will be flagged and blacklisted. So, you disable, and that's why I have it off. So now if I want to go ahead and do one of these and show you Star Wars, you're going to see the boring, no background music version of it. And when you get to play it yourself, you get to listen to the music while you're playing too. While we are here, some of the other settings that I've got on mine. My pop-up scores. I go with 100,000. I forget what the ranges were on here. Yes, 100 goes to 500. 10 no, 20 no, 50 no, 100 yes. You want to find out where your big scoring opportunities are and to have it flash into your face. Not distracting. You know, you're still going to play the game, but you're going to know that, hey, up in that corner or over there or what I just did, that scored me some points. And then, of course, major. I've got that set at 1,000,000, which I have it set there because of machines like, say, Roadshow, where there's a lot of major scores, and it can get dizzying with how much pop-ups. Sometimes I like it because it's just entertaining. And on this huge screen that I'm using, it's actually pretty cool. So, just a real quick little rundown of my settings. Oops, keep that off. There you go. Pretty tough. Boom, boom. There's your flippers. Manual ball, you're going to use that a lot. That's what I was using on Family Guy to set Joe's hand on the wheel. The tricky part is to then just bring your thumb straight up to let go. It's not as easy to do as you might think. I did change this to, I think the wizard power was usually the Y button. I changed it to the B just because I'm not stepping over anything to get to it. And that's about it. So, audio, normal. I usually set the music volume down a little bit. I want to hear the physics. And the voiceover, I keep that at a fairly decent level because I want to hear what they're saying, which comes in handy after you learn the tables. So that's that. On the Xbox, I am Gaming Godfather, and this is one of my very first kind of walkthroughs of Zen Pinball. Once again, with something like this is a deal where they offer for free, so you can get a feel for it, see if you like it. I obviously love it since I own all 99 machines. I buy every pack when it comes out immediately because I not only love the machine, I love the model of this game. There's two games I've got from Zen that I play a lot of. The other one is Gems of War, which is a match 3 puzzle game, which that's something else that I'll be popping on here later, and that is a great casual game just to kick back. It's not mindless. There's some thought that goes into it. The problem I've got with that, though, is that it's got a fairly aggressive pay model to it to advance anywhere decent on the game. So for what they do great here, they kind of slip up a little bit there, because for one thing, when you're actually spending money in a game, I think that's the time when the game should stop popping up every time you boot it to show you what specials are going on. I'm going to spend the money. I know where to find what's on sale. My history of game purchases is on sale, which is why a lot of my reviews and everything will come in late. But anyway, the Pinball FX model since 1 has been fantastic, because every single machine that you purchased when you had Pinball FX 1, when 2 came out, those machines transferred to 2. Done with the upgrades for the new game and everything. Don't pay a nickel more. So you get to enjoy everything in that game immediately, or after you download the machines, which is another thing, is pretty quick. With my internet speed that I have, I clock in at a very, very healthy 450 megabit per second using Spectrums. Pay an extra $20 to bump up to 400, and I'm more than happy. But with that, these machines, I download them almost instantly. So it's a pretty quick deal for me. And what I've done is, because of that, I reward them by buying all the machines. Sight unseen, don't care. Just buy them. Buy them, play them. There's a lot of machines on here I've played 100 or more games on, easily. And then there's machines on here that I've played, can count on both hands probably how many times I've played them. But they're not expensive. The packs come out, they're usually, I think, about $10. So reward them. Reward any software that you get, use, and enjoy. Any freeware that's like that, or donationware. Seriously, when you download that stuff, the best thing that you can do is reward people that do that, because then what you do is you wind up with more people willing to use that type of a business model. Because now you're rewarding them for their hard work, instead of buying something sight unseen and taking a chance that the reviews that you read were all accurate. All right, I'm babbling, getting way off topic. Zen Studios, Pinball FX3, that was Family Guy, my little tournament mode that I set up on Classic Table. I'm going to sign this one off. All of you, please have a great day. Happy gaming. We'll see you the next time.